Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here at the Atak Sportz for this Monday, January the 12th, 2015. Alright, let's get it off. Kick it off, should I say, with the NFL Divisional Playoff results and all that good stuff, especially how I did on my predictions. I predicted the games last week. Well, I was 3 out of 4. I predicted all the home teams to win all their games. I was 1 on 1. I'll get to that one later. Let's kick off with the ones I did get right. Kicking off on Saturday with the first AFC playoff game, divisional, being the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Despite a fast start for the Baltimore Ravens, scoring early, getting a 14-zip lead by the end of the first quarter, typical Tom Brady did his best. He came back in the second half to dominate. Got the victory over the Ravens, 31-35, being the Pats in their favor. It was a very interesting game from what I saw. I was at a gig on Saturday, so I saw a little bit of it. I was at my gig. Then the other divisional game on Saturday, being the NFC one, the Carolina Panthers taking on the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks. And, well, the 12th man won out. Despite Cam Newton's best efforts, the reigning champs reigned supreme, as it was a 31-17 victory for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, on to the game that all the Dallas Cowboys fans will be talking about for a long time to come. Or as the Detroit fans would say, karma bitch. The Packers and Cowboys game, like the Cowboys-Lions game, came down to one big call on one big play. The now infamous, controversial Dez Bryant catch that was called incomplete. Now, they called it the Calvin Johnson rule. A couple years ago, of course, we thought Calvin Johnson caught a touchdown during the game against the Bears, but he didn't have full control of the ball. They called it the Calvin rule, and that rule was applied for the call against Dez Bryant. I think it's a dumb rule. I know it's the rule. I know it's not like the Lions situation where they picked up the flag and all that, but still, it was still a controversial call. It was the rules, but it's a dumb rule in many people's eyes. And that kind of shifted momentum to the Packers' favor, getting the 26-21 victory in Lambeau, ending the Cowboys season the same way the Lions ended, with a bad call against them. Or as Lions, like I said, Lions fans are cheering up a storm, saying, "Calm a bitch." I even said I was watching the game. I was like, bad call against Dallas. It's payback for all the Detroit fans after Dallas won over a screw job over the Lions. Referees screwed over the Lions and they screwed over the Cowboys. And the Lions fans are saying, "Calm a bitch." And Dez Bryant was very disappointed. So were all the Cowboys. They had a good season, though. They had a good season. But like the Lions, I know that Cowboys fans are very disappointed to have the season end the way it did. Hey, like I said, karma. Now, you made Detroit Lions fans felt like that when they got screwed over against the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys feel the same. So there you go. The Cowboys did well in the game. Rodgers was still trying to recover from his calf injury, but he played well in the second half. Like the first half, he played rough because Cowboys were lean in the first half. But then Rodgers came back in the second half. He readjusted his game plan, got the game-winning touchdowns and all that good stuff, leading up to the 26-21 victory. Those are the three I got right. I predicted the Packers winning. I predicted the Seahawks winning. They're your NFC Championship game. I predicted that. But in the AFC side, I was wrong on one game. I was right on the Pats winning, but I was wrong about the Broncos winning. Who'd have thunk that the Indianapolis Colts would get the victory over the Denver Broncos with a 24-13 victory with Peyton Manning? There was a couple of turnovers and a little bit of that good stuff, and people questioning Peyton Manning's future about him retiring or not, especially with the news I just found out just as I was about to make this Atak Sportz, that apparently John Fox is leaving. There was rumors about John Fox leaving the head coach position in Denver. Now it is official that John Fox is leaving after numerous seasons. He had a Broncos turnaround, but I think a lot of Broncos fans are disappointed that the Broncos can't make it farther than this is the second one and out in a couple of years. Ever since that overtime game. I think it was against the Ravens. The Broncos, Peyton Manning threw that game-ending interception that led towards the Ravens winning, whoever the team they were facing off at that time. And then, of course, they made it to the Super Bowl last year, but lost to, of course, the eventual champs, Seattle Seahawks. So, a lot of people questioning Peyton's future, saying he didn't throw well last night. He's been battling injuries and illness, and his offense wasn't there. So, we'll see what the future holds for Peyton Manning, especially now, like I said, that John Fox is apparently leaving the coaching position in Denver. I think he did a decent job up there, but I think all the Broncos fans would say the same thing. We need a new coach. They need a new coach, and they need a new QB. Especially if Payton decides to retire now. Meanwhile, the other coaching situation, I just found this out. Rumors were flying over the weekend that the Bills are hiring Rex Ryan. Let's see what happens with him in the Bills. Because he was, of course, former Jets coach. The Bills did decently this season. I saw their game against the Jets for free in Detroit. And the Bills won that game, so we'll see how Rex Ryan does with another New York-based team. And hopefully don't make him a laughing stock like it did to the Jets. So there you go. Now, going back to the playoff situation. Predictions for Super Bowl. Who I think is going to win the NFC and AFC championships. Seahawks and Pats. I was hoping for a Seahawks-Broncos rematch, maybe. Even though Seahawks have defeated Broncos twice, at least the second time the Broncos faced off against Seahawks in the regular season this past season, at least the Broncos tied it. Made it go to overtime instead of being a blowout to get the Super Bowl. But even if Broncos would have won their game, it would have had a big rematch against the Pats for the AFC Championship for the second year in a row. It would be New England. That's the stats here. Seattle, New England, second year in a row they're in the championship games. They were in the AFC and NFC last year. Biz Packers' first championship game appearance in 3 years. And first championship appearance for the Colts in like 4 or 5 years. Or like 7 years or so. And Andrew Luck's the only QB in the final 4 teams that's never won a Super Bowl. So we'll see how that goes. And the Colts are the only away team to win a playoff game this season in the Divisional and wild card. I mean, in the Divisional, they're the only away team to win. And they're the only wild card team left in the Final Four. The only wild card team in the championship games. But I think the Colts are going to get destroyed by not PFM, not Peyton freaking Manning, or should I say PMR, please Manning retire. You'll be destroyed by TFB, Tom fucking Brady. And Gronk, I like him too. A couple of my favorite teams, I like Bears, of course, and Pats too. So there you go. See how Pats and Colts do, but I think Pats are going to win that game, and Seahawks are going to win the game against the Pats. My mom's a big Packer fan. You know, it's going to be tough to cheer on Seattle. My cousin's a Seattle fan. My mom's a Packer fan, specifically Clay Matthews. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think Seattle's going to win because Aaron Rodgers has got a calf injury, and it's in Seattle, 12th man. There you go. And plus, Seattle beat Packers earlier in week 1 in Seattle. So, there you go. That's my prediction for Super Bowl 49, Seattle, New England. Seattle gets a chance to try to repeat as champs against the last team who repeated the Pats. It'd be kind of ironic there. So I think Pats were the last team to repeat as champions. So I think it'd be interesting to see the Pats trying to block the Seahawks from repeating if they end up winning the AFC Championship game. Now, on with Monday Night Raw preview for the night. The second week with the Authority back in full power. And last week's Raw sucked. It was like boring. You know, like there was only a few bright spots. The ambulance match between Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose was okay, but the rest of the Raw was same old Authority, same old story, same old Authority bullshit. See what happens tonight. Let's hope the Raw gets better as we head towards the Royal Rumble this evening. With your top, we got 3 questions. Top 3 questions. that must be answered tonight. Question number 3. Will Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and Eric Rowan get rehired tonight? Well, they got fired at the end of Raw last week doing this John Cena Appreciation Night thing at the end of Raw. I think they're going to get rehired. I don't know when, because it's, storyline, but I hope they do get rehired soon, especially by or before the Royal Rumble. So we shall see if they do get rehired or not, and if anyone else gets fired or not this evening, and or punished. I bet you a lot of people be punished. Hey, we saw, Dolph Ziggler losing the IC Championship last week, the Bad News Barrier, the best 2 out of 3 falls match, handicap matches, 2 referees, so I expect a lot of the same kind of bullshit to happen tonight. So there you go. Question number 2. Will any new matches be added to the Royal Rumble? Or any new participants? Now, we do have the triple threat main event. I can't believe they made the main event now a triple threat. With Cena, Brock Lesnar, and now Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. And I expect some more matches to be added. Maybe a tag team title match against Usos. And maybe not the Ascension because their popularity is not good because of their making fun of Legion of Doom last week. A lot of people took that the wrong way. And Nikki Bella got pinned by Natalya last week, so let's see if that leads to a match, especially if they're getting screwed by Paige getting involved in the matchup. So we shall see what happens there, if any new matches get added for that. And new participants to the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns is still the undeniable favorite, despite the fact that Daniel Bryan's in it. So see if any new participants get added, or new matches get added to the Royal Rumble. Now, question number 1. What will go down when finally this man will finally be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame? For years and years, fans have been bitching up a storm saying, when's Macho Man going in the Hall of Fame? Well, after last year, when Vince put old grudges aside and finally put the Warrior in, it sounds like the Macho Man will finally get his just dues. A lot of reports have been flying about Macho Man finally getting in for years, and now they're reporting that tonight on Raw, it'll be properly announced. Even WWE.com said that the Macho Man will be officially be announced as the first inductee in the class of 2015 WWE Hall of Fame class. And they'll say that Hulk Hogan will do the inducting for Mr. Savage. And even though we're all happy, and we're going to be happy when Macho Man does officially be named the first inductee, and we'll probably be saying, ooh yeah, dig it. But we're all going to feel bittersweet. That we're going to feel happy that Macho's getting this just dues and getting his rightful place in the Hall of Fame. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to feel bittersweet because he's no longer here to be accepting it in person because he passed away a few years ago. It's kind of sad they couldn't put him in when he was alive. But that's what happens. Sometimes the best things happen to people when they're dead. In Macho Man's case, sadly, that's what's happening. He's finally getting in the Hall of Fame, but he passed away. But looking forward to seeing him finally get officially named to be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight on Raw at 8, 7 Central on USA Network. Probably one of the only bright spots of this Raw tonight is that they're going to finally announce Macho Man being in the Hall of Fame. So there you go. Looking forward to seeing that happen. And hopefully the Raw doesn't suck like last week. And thank you very much for watching this Atak Sportz. Get ready for my Raw review. Stay tuned for that on this channel later on this evening. With that in mind, y'all been attacked by the news from sports news from Zach. See you later. And I'll start in with this. Ooh yeah! Dig it! See ya.